It's your boy, BabyMoy. Alongside your boy Austin, this is our debut show of something we call 1MBPS. Good times.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Yeah. That's right. That's how we do it.
Yeah, man. So how's your day been progressing thus far, bruh?
It's been good, man.
Good, good, good.
Just excited to do this show.
Yeah, bringing it to you live.
Yep. Yep. That's right. That's how we do it. Yeah, man. Just glad that I got this mixer going now. So,
that's right.
Yeah, and we can talk about that, gosh darn it.
So if you guys want to follow us...
technology show for once.
That's right. So if you guys want to follow us, the links, the social media links are listed down below on the description panel right there. And also, if you're watching this right now, yes, we are on and we are live, as most of our shows that we will be bringing to you will be live. That's right, baby. So always stay tuned. Hit that bell. So that way you could always be notified as to what we are doing. And also hit that like button. Don't forget to share. And of course, I mean, if you hit that bell, you're following us, obviously. Set that notification to all, please. So, and send us a comment from time to time. I mean, we'd like to chat it up with you guys. And speaking of the chat, we will be monitoring that. So if anyone here is listening, if you guys pop on there and would like to send me or Austin or anyone else on ENT Hooligans a shout out, please do so. We definitely love that. And with that said, like Austin said, that mixer was quite a chore.
Yes, a mixer.
It was
for sure.
It was eventful, to say the least.
To say the least. Yeah, that's for sure.
And
all right.
Speaking of that, so yes, to bring you guys up to speed, 1MBPS is a show where we'll focus on discussing all things technology. We won't necessarily get into intricacies in terms of I mean, there might be some shows where we talk about graphical interfaces and things of that nature, you know, give you numbers, but for the most part we will be discussing our experiences with technology and talk about things that we hear. If there's new updates on phones or video games, or if there's any mixers or any products that we might want to recommend for you guys to check out, this is the place to be, and this is where you can check out our pretty much synopsis. A good word for this? Yeah,
I'd say so.
Cool. I like that word. Yep. Synopsis.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But we're here, man. So if you want, because this does tie into the show that we bring to you guys, or should I say the shows that we bring to you guys, him getting this mixer, there's a story behind it. And because this is a show that deals with technology, why not tell the people out there what pretty much encouraged you to get this mixer, your mindset going into this mixer, and finally your hands-on experience with it, man.
Oh man. Well, I had a mixer beforehand. I mean, it was good, but not exactly fitting my needs. And, you know, I heard, you know, Mo has the same mixer that I do, actually. And BabyMoy, excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
They know my name. They know my name by now.
Okay, I'm like, crap. But no, he has the same mixer that I do. And I heard him produce from it. I'm like, man, oh man, could you imagine if I could, you know, like, have a similar mixer? Mine isn't exactly the same. Mine's smaller. But mine's 10 channel. And, you know, I got the mixer and I was like, holy crap, dude, this is insane. So, basically, the long and the short of it is I had to figure out, like, routing, like, how to route things, basically. You know, because I need to isolate certain audio and have it not go over the stream.
Right. So basically,
And I couldn't figure it out for the life of me.
So basically, what that means is, in layman's terms, what that is basically how to have one piece of software communicate with another, interlacing.
Yeah, communication. Yes, communication, basically. So I just needed a way to isolate certain things, basically.
Exactly.
And I had this one piece of software, and it was really overwhelming. And then I started messing with buttons. I'm like, let me try combinations. And finally, we got it to work. So it's like awesome.
Now, even for me, I remember when I first got this PV mixer. Yes, PV does make mixers. I was under the impression that they only made guitars, but boy, was I wrong.
Same here.
And so I've been producing music, and my first podcast was back in 2007, and boy, what a journey that was.
Yeah, same here.
But hey, you have to begin somewhere. And so I have experience with pretty much production and using mixers. However, even for me, when I got this mixer, I remember looking at it going, what in the world is all of this? Because there's so many knobs and so many different buttons. And the thing about this mixer, these buttons basically work in tandem with each other. So one button may activate one thing, and its purpose for that may be to work with another functionality of the mixer, so on and so forth. So if you let yourself get caught off guard by this mixer, you can easily get lost. Easily. Because truthfully, this machine has a lot of different functionalities that most mixers don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's something that for beginners, if you're somebody that's an aspiring, should I say, artist, aspiring artist, start off with a simple mixer. Start off with an Alesis. That would be my recommendation. Because if you start off with this off the bat, you're going to be lost. Easily. And you're going to get confused. So...
yeah, for sure.
And again, like I said in the beginning, this ties into our shows because this is what we use. It's a main component to what we use to bring you guys this show. And many of the other shows that we have on here.
Yeah.
So
definitely. For sure.
Yeah. Either way,
it's good stuff, man.
It is. Either way, I mean...
It's very interesting.
Let me ask you this.
Let's see.
When it comes to dealing with a new piece of technology, man, I think that a key ingredient to keep in mind is patience.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way.
And sure, we're human. I mean, there are times when I'll be like, oh, man, what am I supposed to do here, you know?
Yeah.
And it's easy. I mean,
yeah.
But thankfully, thank God that I more or less understand these things. But for those who necessarily find it more difficult to grasp onto technological type of concepts, I could understand why something of this nature would be kind of difficult to work with, so. But if there's one thing I can recommend, again, is patience. Same thing happened in terms of the word patience. You know what that brings to mind is the Note or the Galaxy.
Yes.
For sure. we can
yes.
go there.
And that's like me with my S8.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Most of us here on the NT Hooligans team are Android users, but we weren't always Android users. We were predominantly all on iOS. And I remember, I mean, truthfully, my journey with Android. Now, Austin, that is, he more or less started his journey a couple years ago. But for me,
Yeah.
I was, I could say happy with iOS. However, there were things that they was doing that really had me nodding my head going, Apple, why?
Like what?
Why? Why have you decided to remove the headphone jack, for example? Which for me, I'm an audio guy, and
That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I'm an audio guy, and that's very, very, very important to me. You see?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
so the inclusion of that, and for crying out loud, not even including a piece of hardware which would allow users to charge and play at the same time was ridiculous.
Yeah.
On top of that, you had to pay, what was it, $30 if you didn't know any better.
Yeah.
If you
Or
didn't,
something, it's crazy.
if you've been living under a rock and don't know of a little place called Amazon, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
yeah.
$30
It's
right
crazy,
there,
man.
and it's
Right.
just, and the disaster that is iOS 11. Disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So little things like that, and just decisions in general that just had me going, you know what, I'm gonna give Samsung a chance here. And I did my homework. I did a lot of homework actually before I switched over. Made sure that it was gonna provide me
Same
with
here,
what I needed.
actually.
And I went in there with the mindset of, listen, man, don't go in here thinking that it's going to be the same as iOS. And it's not. Austin's heard me refer to iOS as jail.
Yeah.
Hence they call it
And I refer
jailbreaking.
to it there myself. Right. And I refer to it that way myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
exactly.
And we go back to the word patience. Again, I remember telling Austin, listen, this phone, it's for real. The YouTube hype is for real. And all these other tech shows that have really, really praised the 8 versions of Galaxies and the Note 8s, hype is real. But I told him, listen, you got to be patient with the phone. And I'll let him take over from here because I've done quite a lot of talking. So go ahead, bro.
Right. Well, I personally use iOS for certain things. I mean, it's not every day that I use it. That's for sure. I do use the Galaxy for a lot of things. The Galaxy S8. And my biggest draw to Android, and it always has been this way, is the customizability of Android. Like.
Yes.
You really can't customize iOS for the most part, and I just got really sick of it. At the end of last year, I said, you know what, man, I'm sick of iOS and all this crap, so I'm going to get an S8 as well, and it's amazing. And the battery life, man, that's another problem with Apple that I've always had, is they've always had crap batteries in their phone.
Unless it's operating as an iPad.
Yeah, without cellular. That's another thing about Apple, by the way, is their cellular is just garbage, man. Like Samsung, I mean...
No, even Wi-Fi handling.
Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Like, I forget I'm on T-Mobile a lot of the times now. I'm like, wait a minute. It makes T-Mobile work like Verizon works. It's crazy. I mean...
Check it. I remember when I would be on WhatsApp or Team Talk on my iPhone, and I would go from where I'm at to the kitchen, and it would momentarily break because it had to catch up and reroute and all this. So with this Galaxy, with this Note 8, I don't have that problem at all. I walk out and about, and I'm fine. My signal is still fresh.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, man. No, Apple really
limits
their Wi-Fi. I forgot about that. And something else. I can't get on Team Talk through my T-Mobile connection with the iPhone because of some stupid bug. But with this one, it's no problem.
Yeah.
With this S8. It's no problem. Let me do something really quickly.
And when Austin handles...
It's crazy.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
I got it. No, we're good. It wasn't that long. No, man. It's just so stupid. I don't understand how this works. What was I gonna say? Yeah. And like the phone audio quality is just a million times better on here compared to iOS, man.
Like you were referencing a couple of days ago, just listening to something like Google Play Music.
Oh man, it's amazing. It's crazy. It's like music is a million times better on here, and so is YouTube. Like YouTube's way better. Well, that's a kind of a given because it's Google, but still, like it's just amazing.
Even call qualities.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
And this even enhances call quality, even for those. If you consider a phone company to be lame, boy,
yeah,
get a Note or a Galaxy and watch this.
Yes, exactly. Like I was surprised because somebody was on Team Talk with Sprint. I was like, well, dang, it's holding up surprisingly well.
It was incredible.
You know, using this S8. And I was like, this is amazing.
Now you try doing that on an iPhone, you're hit. Your calls will drop.
Yeah, for real.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we're not here to hate on Apple because, for crying out loud, I use a Mac to produce all of this. He uses Windows to help me produce as well. But, if I hated Apple, I wouldn't be on this thing right here, right?
Yeah. And I still use my iPhone for certain things. I mean, it's good for certain things, but overall, this one just works much better for me.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
And obviously, I would love to see every company flourish, man. Because how selfish it would be for me to sit here and say, you know what? Yeah, I want you to fail. Yeah. I want you to drop the ball if you may. Nah, that's not what I'm about. I like to see companies succeed because, hey, people worked hard to get to where they at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So independently of the idiotic type of decisions that Apple has decided to pretty much partake, and I mean, in spite of all that, there's some good there still, as there is with most products.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, it's pretty dope. What was I gonna say? I heard that iOS 12 they were gonna fix a lot of their issues, which I hope they do, man. I really do.
Likewise.
Cause it'd be nice. Man.
Yes.
It'd be really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
If I had one complaint, and this is minor, this isn't really a deal breaker for those of you listening, but my minor itty bitty complaint, which basically could get blown away with the wind, is let's just pray that other versions of Android come out a little bit earlier.
Yeah, seriously.
On the Samsung side of things.
Yeah, yeah, but from what I understand, Oreo is coming out here in the U.S., so I think if you don't have it right now, we'll have it very shortly.
It's been coming out for the last 3 months here in the U.S.
It seems like it, but no, I know what you're saying, man.
If this was back in the day, man, I would have been hella frustrated because I used to be so into getting updates. Now it's just okay. It'll get here when it get here because I don't get too crazy over things like this anymore.
I really don't either.
And it's not that it doesn't excite me. I mean, it does excite me. It does hold some intrigue, but it's not something that I'm gonna get all desperate about like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. And I definitely hear you. Yeah, I mean, the phone, it just works so well that I forget, that's not an Oreo. But it's interesting. Yeah, man. So, thanks to anybody that's watching. I know there's a couple people watching. So it definitely means a lot to us. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So big shout out to you guys. Thanks for your support. Yeah. We love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, and shout out.
We love you, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Go ahead, the shout out.
Oops.
Sorry for interrupting there, buddy.
Yeah, and shout out. No, you're good, man. And and shout out to the people on the archives. Don't want to forget that. Because people can't catch it live for whatever reason. So that's right.
Yeah, so if you want to hear two guys just chop it up about technology, come here.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, you never know what you're gonna get.
That's right. That's right.
See, he could do that too.
That's right. I can do that. That's right. Oh, that's funny. That's good stuff.
You never know.
Good times, man.
I mean, heck, for you sport fans out there, sports entertainment, I might even get into the intricacies of how technology works in tandem to produce a wrestling show. I know there's wrestling fans out there, and I know there's wrestling fans in abundance, so I know you guys will be happy to hear this. And if there's one thing I do absolutely great research on, it is wrestling. Go back to Sports Vista, guys, and listen to my kind of podcast documentary that I did with the crew on Owen Hart.
Yeah.
I've compiled some good information, and just a cheap plug here. At some point, I will be covering, or should I say we will be covering, Chris Benoit. I know that's kind of off topic to what we're supposed to be discussing here, but cheap plug, never hurt anybody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, there you go. Yeah. At some point, we will be discussing Chris Benoit and the tragic incidents which took the lives of his family and his life afterwards. Meaning his family in terms of his wife and his son. So, that coming soon, guys.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And also coming soon will be a show which will be provided to you by Ness, our boy Ness, and StarFlux90. So stay tuned for that. That's right. Foxy Fox and Ness will be bringing you guys their it's a very good show. It's a very good show. It's called Crime Syndicate. Yeah.
Crime Syndicate, yes. Yeah, I'm actually quite interested, believe it or not. I'm not saying that, just say it. I mean what I say, so. So
you guys won't be hearing Austin and I on there. I mean, we might be on a show or two from time to time, depending.
On occasion, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys don't want to miss that.
Don't want to get in the way.
Those guys know what they're talking about when it comes to the court. And we're not talking basketball.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, they do, surprisingly.
Word.
Well, it's just interesting. It really is, honestly. It's like to hear them get into it, And
it's amazing.
Are nerding.
It's amazing.
It really is, honestly. So it's. Wow.
It's kind of like when I break down wrestling for these guys, and when we're watching New Japan.
Yeah.
They get so into it. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's crazy. Yeah. So back to the whole iOS and Android.
Yes, sir.
The main reason I still use iOS is because there's this app. It's called Seeing AI, and it's developed by Microsoft, actually. And what it is, it's an app where you can hold the camera of the phone up to certain things, and it'll tell you what it is. Like, there's different channels, if you will.
Could even scan documents.
For short text, documents, money, light, You can even take a picture of yourself, and it'll try to guess how old you are, and it can identify people if you tell it, you know. It doesn't do it by default, but if you tell it, you know, if I take a picture of myself, you know.
Hey, it said I was 27, so hey, I'm good with that.
Hey, it said I was... Well, one time it said I was 33, and another said I was 30. So I was like, okay, I'll take it.
Hey, right on the money with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you guys try to guess if he's 30 or 33, so...
Yeah, that's right, sucker. Eating. There's a few more channels I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, one's like color or something, and another is like, they call it a scene, and basically, you know, like, if you take a picture of a room or whatever, or something.
Big shout out to John Follis,
like,
by the way, who loves his colors, especially green.
Yeah, yep.
Like me, I love green too. But yeah, it's an amazing app. I mean, for those who are visually impaired, if you guys wanted to say, for example, know the items on a menu, scan away, let it read it. Good times.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Yeah, it's really helpful for like figuring out mail and things like that. That's what I use it for. Try to figure out mail and different things, or whenever something.
So you would use the short text function with that, yes?
Yeah, the short text. Or sometimes I've even read the computer screen because, you know, sometimes like, what the heck is going on with the computer?
I would put you on the spot right now and ask you to kind of give a demonstration.
Oh, I really don't have anything I could demonstrate per se, but
you could do the color thing. Maybe you know, get the color of your shirt or something. You know, just a small demo.
Right. I gotcha. Oh, well, it just so happens that I happen to have my iPhone in my pocket, excuse me. Now if you guys hear some speaking, don't mind it. So we'll have a little bit of fun here. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on. I'm gonna kill this bed temporarily because I just feel like it might be a little better if I do that.
All right, so at this point, I'm gonna mute myself real quick, and I'll let him tell you guys what he's doing and all that. So I'm out.
Okay. So, excuse me. Basically, I'm gonna point this app at different things and see what happens. Let me slow down the speech for goodness sake. You guys wouldn't have any idea what was going on. Oh God, how do I do that? Okay. See,
there you go. That's your speech rate. So much for me disappearing.
Yeah, no, it is cool, man. It's cool. So there's seeing AI right there, and by default, it pops up on the text, and I guess we'll go ahead and just show that. Okay. So let's just point at the computer screen. It's going to say something about YouTube because that's what I have on my computer right now. Something about reggae dance hall. Let's point at the mixer here. See what it says. This could be interesting. Yeah, so this is the short text version. Okay, maybe that's not going to work. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's go to color. Or currency scene preview, color preview, brown. Okay. Let's point at my shirt here. Hold on. White. Oop. No. Hold on a second. Hold on. Green? I guess? I don't know.
I heard it say green.
Green. Right. It's green.
Green.
Okay, you know what?
I heard gray and I heard green.
Yeah. I think it's green.
That's what I heard.
Okay, let's try person. Let's do this. Let's see what this thing's got here. Okay, hold on. Okay, I have to get this lined up. I'm terrible on myself. God, I hate this.
Point the phone a little bit below your nose, bruh.
Yeah.
Below nose or
that's what I was thinking.
under the chin and slightly outward.
Yeah.
One face near top, one face near 0 faces.
Erg.
One face near top left, 1 foot away. Take picture, processing. No people could be detected.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Save photo.
Hold on.
No people
Let me
could
go
be
back.
detected. 0 channel, person.
I thought
Switch, pause
it just said.
button.
Okay, I got you. I know what happened. I got it.
One face near top left, 1 foot away.
Okay.
0 faces, channel, processing. No people could be detected.
See,
Save,
are you kidding me?
save photo. Button.
Oh, I tell you, I do not.
Switch to
I am not very steady.
Switch to front.
Let me get front.
Take
Yeah, I was actually
Camera.
going to suggest that might work out better.
I didn't realize.
menu. Put take picture.
See, I don't. See, that's why we get blind guy taking a picture. You see?
One face, 0 faces.
Yeah, that's much better. What?
One face near top edge, 1 foot away.
How's that happen?
Take pic, 0 faces. No people
Are
can
you-
be detected.
That is so
Fine.
strange.
Sorry.
Switch
Epic fail taking
Hold on.
pictures here, folks.
to take pic, pause announcements.
That's why I don't want the blind guy taking a picture. For goodness sake. Hold on.
One face near right edge, 1 face near right edge, 1 foot away. Take pictures. One face near right edge, 1 foot away.
Try to center it, bro.
Take pic processing. No people can be detected.
You might want to center it.
I mean, I'm trying to, but I mean, I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Like me taking pictures is like it's a miracle that I've even done it. I mean, I try to center. I really don't have the steadiest hands either. Hold on.
One face near right, one face near 0 face.
Erg.
Face near top right, 1 foot. One face near top edge, 1 foot. Take picture. One face near top right, 1 foot. Take pic processing.
There.
33-year-old man with black hair wearing glasses looking neutral.
There we go. So could you
I'm
repeat
not
that? Could you
wearing
repeat that
glasses.
again so they could
Some about 33. That actually is not correct.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get another picture. I'm not wearing glasses, dude. Where'd you get that from?
Take picture.
There's no video here, so nobody can answer that question for me. I'm not wearing glasses, you piece of crap.
Jesus
Christ.
Faces. One face near top. One face.
Sorry.
One face near top edge, 1 foot. 0 face. One face. 0 faces.
What? Hold on a minute, man. Oh, I think I see where it gets the glasses from because of the screen. I think I see where that came in.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
0 faces.
I'm not near the computer now. I'm not facing it, at least. So I was like, yeah, let me turn away from the computer.
One face. 0 faces. One face near right edge, 2 feet away.
What
One
the
face
freak?
near top right, 2 feet. 0 faces.
I don't... Hold on, I'm trying to figure
One
this
face
out.
near top. One face near 0. One face near 0 faces.
Oh, this thing is so inconsistent, I think. Well, not inconsistent. That's why I hate taking pictures. I hate it. It's so... not stupid, but... Try not to get angry here on the radio.
Take 0 faces.
Yeah, so that's the long and the short of it. Yeah, you guys get the point. Blind photographer, buddy. Okay. Anyway, so that's seeing AI for you. I'm sorry, I really don't have a lot of patience, and I'm not trying to make an excuse, but I really can't move because it's the room where everything is situated, and I don't have the best lighting in here, and I really can't fix that either. So yeah, that's the point. That's the biggest. That's the point about seeing AI. And what we'll do is I'll find podcasts about seeing AI and we'll comment it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
We'll later on we'll put those
I'm
podcasts.
sorry,
That way you guys can see firsthand what it actually does in terms
Yeah.
of taking pictures.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I would
really not the best at taking pictures.
I would demonstrate it, but I don't have my iPhone anymore, so.
No, I gotcha.
You know, it's
Well,
funny because the thing is, my mom. Now get this, I'm a visually impaired guy, and my mom says to me sometimes, could you take a picture of me so I could put it up on social media? And I'm like, why? Why me? And she's like, because you take better pictures than I do.
Wow.
I'm like, oh boy, the irony in that. I mean,
I'm learning how to take pictures.
When the hell have any of you heard of a blind guy that takes good pictures?
You'd be surprised, actually. I think that is something you can learn, how to take good pictures. I do believe that, even as a blind person.
True,
and I'm
true.
trying to learn that. I do want to learn that. I think it would be a good idea. So I've gotten better. I will admit I've gotten better. It's just, yeah. So, yeah. It's just I haven't played with that app in a while, so I'd have to get re-familiar with it.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like,
of course, when you haven't
and
done
it will
something in a
come to
while.
Android,
Yeah.
it will come to Android, and I feel like it might be a little bit better on Android.
Oh, of course, because
So-
their camera is way better.
The camera is, yeah, it really is, and that's the truth. That's no fanboy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to temporarily mute out there, but
That's a big camera too,
no,
man.
no. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't want something going out over the air there, so yeah, that's the nice thing about this mixer is, hey, I can actually mute. I couldn't do that on my other mixer. It would have lost the bed if had I done that.
Oh.
Actually.
You know, we
That's
don't
how bad
want
it
that.
was. Yeah, I guys turned eloquence off.
Hey, musical beds are
So,
dope.
oh yes, and shout out to everybody watching. I know we've said it before, but it's always good to kind of reiterate that for new people that may have started watching.
Absolutely.
So,
And if there's something that you guys would like for us to talk about, please, again, comment down below. Let us know what's up.
just
And we'll talk
throw it in
about
the
it
chat.
if we have sufficient knowledge, that is. And if we don't, we'll do our homework and get back to you guys.
yeah, we'll get back. Right, because, yeah. Oh, that's another thing.
Because I'm not going to pretend here and sit here and say,
No.
oh, yeah, I'll cover that, man. And I don't know squat.
You don't know nothing. Right. I'm like, no. I'm not going to do that. So, yeah.
That's not...
What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, gosh, man. I'm drawing blanks right now. Like,
Well, there's one thing that comes to my mind right now. And something that I've been...
chemical
Something that I've been talking about all
airplane
week.
thing.
Yeah.
Airplanes, yes. That could be fun.
It,
Yeah.
it can.
So,
For those guys who don't know, I'm very fascinated with planes.
yes.
I like playing
I am too,
simulators. I love watching plane shows. And I even like learning about the not so goods and negatives of flying.
Yes.
But it's because of these accidents in which you
Yes.
do learn how planes are supposed to operate.
How things have improved, even compared to like 50, 60
Oh
years
yeah,
ago.
even with tower
When
control.
aviation first started.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
no
yeah.
there were no ground radars
was
first
none
of
back
all.
when.
You know, no ILS
back
they
when.
call it.
Yes, way back when.
Didn't exist. No.
Nope. And there wasn't different zones like military and commercial
No.
jets. There was no
No.
separation.
None at all. It was all a mix up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't
Yes.
there weren't
Yeah, for
different
sure.
bases. Shout out to John again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
and
was-
I mean it's
yeah.
incredible how through unfortunately, right, it took these accidents to correct mistakes piece by piece and to realize, okay, we need
Yeah.
to implement that. We need to take away
Yeah.
this.
Exactly. Yeah. It's too bad that, people had to die as a result. Innocent people
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
a vacation or taking a business trip or getting home or what have you. It's unfortunate that they had to die as a result. But,
Yes.
it's like with anything. It's even like that with cars. If you want to go there,
Yeah.
or boats way back when, it's like that with anything, so I don't know. It's just interesting. It's very interesting.
And oftentimes we don't realize how much of a cooperative effort it takes to drive or fly these machines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it really doesn't. I mean, and not only that, but just anything in general.
Yeah.
You know, like making a program for a phone or a computer or whatever, or even producing a show
music.
Like this. Like people,
yeah. Or the
people,
show.
They don't have any idea by default.
No.
You know?
No.
So,
a lot goes into this. More than what meets the eyes and ears.
Yeah. Yes. Doing this whole YouTube bit, it isn't as easy as you guys would think. We don't just jump on here. You know, we have to, do levels and things.
I mean, obviously, at any given moment, I could just jump on my phone and do that. That would be the easy way, because, there's already a mic set up there, and there's, you got a camera there already by default, and you're just picking it up through the phone. But if you want to be professional about it, that's where you need to get capture cards and a mixer and different bits and pieces of software, and again, interlacing, trying to figure out what works in tandem with what.
Yeah, exactly. And a good mic too. That's a big one.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've heard people. I'm like, oh boy. And they may not know any better, but I'm just saying, somebody does something from a $20 Logitech mic, I'm like, oh boy. For me, I'm like, oh, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, not even a mixer could salvage that.
No. Some people, they just can't help it, though, but I'm just saying, as somebody who does audio production a good amount.
Right, I think,
oh man.
I think the key here is, if you take it seriously enough, then you want to invest on good equipment and in good software.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's just leisure, if it's just a casual thing, then hey, you know what? Nobody's asking you to spend hundreds of dollars on things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. And a good computer too. I mean, you'd be surprised.
No doubt.
I've pushed some computers to the limit a little bit.
No doubt. I mean,
so it's crazy.
I mean, let's go back to when we first started podcasting back in 2007. Tell them what we used to work with, or what you used to work with when we had our radio show once upon a time.
Oh man, goodness. I actually had a freaking USB sound blaster, for goodness sake, on my old Dell Latitude D610 with Windows XP. And it wasn't, it wasn't a mic like this. Oh, no. It was a headset mic. A Logitech headset mic. So, yeah, I'm no better than anybody, that's for sure.
Exactly.
I've had my beginnings, too.
Yeah.
But
and with me, production, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah. When I had to stereo mix everything, so there was a lot of hiss behind it. I'm like, oh, God. I'm kind of glad we don't have any of those archives, because that'd be pretty painful.
It's rough.
To, I'd be like, I bet it'd be really rough, and I'd be like, oh god.
It's rough. It's like me going back to my first couple of production pieces. I mean, again, we all start off somewhere, and if I'm grateful for one thing is, hey, I started somewhere, right? But it wasn't my best, and it took me a while to finally realize, okay, this is home, this is where I feel comfortable, this is what I feel comfortable producing, and this is the sound that more or less I've been looking for. And if you compare back then to, say, like I always mentioned, 2016 on up, even the tail end of 15, that's when I really, really, really took this bull by the horns and bang, just out the gate, Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Like, what was I going to say? I mean, I didn't have a mixer until, 2015. I finally got a mixer, and then at the beginning of this month, I got this mixer. So, And basically it took us the entire day yesterday to get me doing like this. Because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to run beds like this. I really didn't think I could. I was like, crap. You know, you spent all this money on a mixer, and I'm like, what's this crap? I'm like, and I was like, there's got to be a way. I started hitting different button combinations, and I finally got there. I was like, well, good. It's like, thank goodness. You know? So.
And again, we go back to the word patience, which is key.
Exactly.
Is instrumental.
Yeah, it really is, man. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but it really is. I've learned that the hard way multiple times, because the way that I am, I hate waiting for things. I'm like, I want to jump on this and do what I need to do, but
yeah, he has a right now type of approach to things. I'm more. What would be the word?
I'm trying to be less like that. It has gotten better. I mean, when I was younger, it was way worse. I'd be like, ugh.
I'm more tactical in my approach.
Yeah.
And sometimes sometimes that could be a bad thing, because I could overthink things as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Which I've done plenty of times.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I can overthink things too in my own right. Believe me. Like yesterday, I was overlooking things, and I'm like, wait a minute now. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, wait a minute, And then I was like, because, man, we were going every other way. We're talking about, let's get some software. I gotta get a bone conduction headset. Going all these other ways. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second.
Yep.
And I even made this comment. I said, what if it's something so simple that we're just overlooking? And
yeah, and at that point, I'm like, okay, let's press buttons. And when he told me, he told me channel 6 and channel 5 work this way and that way, I'm like, bro, there's your
right.
There's exactly. The it factor right there. That's what you've been searching for.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the freak is this?
That was it.
I'm like, this is amazing. Heck yeah. I was like, yeah. Yes. Let's see. Yep. It's good stuff. Just checking the chant. So yeah, there you go. And it's like that with anything, not just technology, but that can apply to life in general.
Absolutely.
We're so good at overcomplicating things. Or something's right in front of our face and we just don't realize it.
Like if I have a computer problem, and okay, I kind of do pride myself in terms of being a techie. I will never, for the most part, ever, ever think, let's start off with the simple solutions to the problem. No.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I'm the same way.
And instead of restarting to see if things will work properly, no. Here I go, digging inside the terminal, going inside the system panel, going into this, checking that.
Yep.
Adjusting
and
numbers
without
realizing, oh man, all I had to do was restart my computer.
Yeah. Restarting is a big deal. And even phones, I've gotten it all the time. People are like, my phone does it up. I'm like, dude, just restart it or power it off and then power back on, and you'd really be surprised. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, people probably go months without restarting their phone or powering it off.
But it is so crucial.
Yeah, it really is.
It's crucial with phones, computers, routers, consoles like PS4 and Xbox One.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I'm most deaf. Oh man. Don't you hate it when you had something in mind and you forgot what it was you was going to say?
I did too.
That just
I'm
happened
over
to
here
me.
drawing blanks like...
I was going to make a point on something and I totally forgot what it was.
Right. Exactly. I'm
Oh
kind of
my.
the same way.
Let's backtrack here a little bit.
And the thing is, you know, we're live, so people are going to know it. It's like, I'm drawing a blank and we're live and...
Hey,
I'm
hey!
like,
At least we're honest about it, and we're not reading off of no
Yeah.
damn script, right?
Right.
This is completely off the cuff.
Yeah, literally.
So
So let's see. Let's do something here.
now this is gonna kill me now because. Oh well, forget it. Don't matter. And meantime, Austin is checking something over there. I really like the panning on this instrumental.
Yes. It's nice. Wow. It's crazy, man. It's...
What in the world was the point? See, I'm thinking ahead here, folks.
I got nothing, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look up something. Like, what can we talk about? I'm looking at a couple of websites I normally go on, and... Well, that was interesting. Somebody breaking glass.
It was video game related. I know that much.
Video game.
I was gonna talk about video games.
Well,
Bring up a point.
what a... Well... Oh, wait, well, we kind of covered that.
You know what I would. You know what I would. You know what I would love to do on a latter show. And this is kind of technology based, and it's also musically based. I want to talk about the evolution of music in video games, but I really want to go in depth with that.
Yeah, that's...
Kind of dedicate a completely different show on that.
Yeah, exactly.
This show is more or less for introductory purposes, since this is the debut show
Yeah, debut. Yes.
of 1 Mbps.
Yes.
No, you don't have to check
That's
your
right.
speeds, guys, for those who are on cable or fiber optics or
No, we're good. We're good in that regard. It's just something we came up with, basically.
yeah. You're
It's
not running
me,
at 1
I'm-
Mbps.
No. I was gonna say, like, what was I gonna call it? I don't know what I was gonna call it. I was gonna do something really dumb. Like, what was it, like the tech spot or tech zone or something stupid like that? And it's like, nah, bro.
Hey guys, it's Star Fox.
Bro.
Hello.
Anyway.
Hey,
Wow.
I just wanted to come on, since we don't
Hello.
have a number or anything, but I just wanted to come on and say, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, management, but I just wanted to come on and say, great job, you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are killing it.
Thank you. Thank you so
welcome.
much.
Appreciate it. We were
And I also
we were actually having a moment.
I plugged Crime Syndicate, by the way.
Oh,
Yep.
sweet.
So now that
Thank
you're here, you might want to do a
guys-
secondary plug to it. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to happen on the 26th, y'all. It's called Crime Syndicate, and stay tuned for that. And it's basically where another colleague and I, Ness, and I we will be totally just vibing out to, crime things. And you're just going to have to see what we're going to do. So, I believe we're covering the OJ trial. I believe.
So there you go. Well, again,
After-
she said she
Yes.
believes. The
Yes, I
operative
believe.
words there.
I'm not
She
sure.
believes. In other words, she's not sure, but something
Yes.
will be covered
Yes.
on Crime Syndicate.
Yes, and that's why I have to
Hey,
tune in and
I
find
like
all this
that.
out. Yes, that's right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I will let you guys get back to it, but I just wanted to stop by and say, great job, you guys. I'll be listening.
No doubt.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, And don't black out. No, I'm playing.
Oh gosh.
Pressure's
Oh,
on.
we've already
No.
been there and done that.
I'm kidding.
Wait a minute. Since you're here, hold on.
Yes,
Don't
since I'm here.
leave.
Okay.
So, do you first of all, do you have time?
Yes, I do.
All right, good. So, since you're here,
Yes. I'm scared now. We.
no. Why don't you give the people your perspective on switching from iOS to Android?
I would love to. Okay. Well, I have been an iOS user since the iPhone 3GS came out. And like most people, I thought, oh yeah, the iPhone's it. Like, it's awesome. It's great. Because it was at the time. For what it was. Actually, can I backtrack?
Yeah, go ahead.
To how I got my... Okay. Well, I first got my start, this is going to be a throwback, with Mobile Speak. You remember that? Mobile Speak?
You might want to explain to the viewers.
Yeah, people are not going to know what the
Mobile
heck is Mobile
Speak
Speak.
was, I know, Mobile Speak was one of the first, I believe, and you guys can correct me on this if I'm wrong, it was one of the first screen readers for the Windows Phone platform. Am I right?
Yes, I do believe so. Yes, from what I
Okay.
understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And I thought I was the coolest because I could text and I could talk and I could do all that. Anyway, fast forward to the iPhone 3GS, and I thought, this phone is revolutionary because I don't have to pay money just for a separate screen reader. I could just buy the phone right out the box, and there goes my screen reader, which is great. So I thought, oh, this is really cool. Well, I was an iPhone user until last year. And then I decided, you know what? It's time for me to switch to the Android. The reason why I switched to the Android was because I wasn't liking what Apple was doing with their system. The phones were very slow. The phone that I had, the battery was draining within 2 or 3 hours, maybe less. And I'm on my phone constantly, all the time. And I'm always checking emails and watching YouTube and all this stuff. So, I decided, I'm going to have an open mind and give Android a try. And I got the Galaxy S8. And needless to say, I haven't looked back at all. I think that this is great. Now, it's not for everybody. I realize this. And I'm not one of those people, oh, you gotta get this phone. But the reason why I got it was due to the fact that it's extremely customizable. You can get all these different types of voices, including eloquence, which is really cool.
Again, that is a screen
That
reader.
It's a
a
speak.
screen reader.
Yeah,
Yes.
speak
It's a piece of
synthesizer.
speech
Eloquent.
Yes.
for your screen reading software.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Yes. And so that is why I switched because of how customizable it is, and the battery on this phone is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was on a 4 hour trip, and I was using my phone, and by the time I got to where I was going, it was at maybe 25%.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. So
Exactly.
that is my, and like I said, I haven't looked back. So that is my experience with the Android.
And that's on LTE, folks.
Yes, it is.
LTE.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that was on LTE. Correct.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
On Wi-Fi, I'm not sure, but it lasts longer. I don't know.
All things last longer on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and
Really?
especially if you're traveling, it's gonna, it's gotta find the signal, and if it loses
Yeah.
the signal, so it's gonna do that.
Ah, I see. I see.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. So that is my experience.
Awesome
Nice.
stuff. Very good stuff.
Yes.
That's right.
Wow. So there you have it, guys. I mean, I couldn't have put it any better. She,
No.
it's quite the
I couldn't either,
wordsmith.
honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were drawing huge
a
blanks,
compliment.
and we're like,
Thank you.
man,
I'm really looking forward to see what you and Ness put together on your show. Again, guys, I
really am.
I will be here, but I will be behind the scenes. That way,
yeah,
you guys
I will as well.
won't be bored just hearing my voice on every show.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will be here. I will be looking out for them and making sure that the
I'll
show
be here
runs
too,
as
right.
as it's supposed to. And I have Austin here monitoring with me, so
And the music we got for that is on point. It's really good.
yeah, I got all that ready. So I already cut out.
Good. Okay.
I already cut out all the pieces, and I'm ready.
Nice.
Great.
Nice. Cool.
I think all we need is the intro and we'll be set.
I got it.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
crap. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's cool.
Who's running? Who's doing the beds? They're
That would be
great.
Austin.
That's me over here.
Yo,
Yes.
they're dope. I like the beds.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, it makes me feel at
They're
home
good.
actually. So
That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, let's go. You know.
That's great.
makes me feel right at home. But I do have to ask. I mean, I've got nothing for the rest of this show. I don't know if Austin has
I really don't.
anything else to contribute. And
No. I mean, ever since we are on the topic of screen mirrors and different things of that nature, I didn't cover my background on. So basically, for me switching from iOS to Android, I was on iOS since the iPhone 4 back in 2010.
likewise.
And before that, I had a HTC Tilt and a couple of HTC models, and then the Motorola Cube beforehand on mobile speak. And then before that, I had a Nokia 9300 with Symbian and talks. And before that, I had an LG VX 4500, which was a flip phone. And what LG was doing back then, we called it half-baked accessibility. Like, what it would do is it would read the caller ID, and it would read the time and the signal strength and things of that nature. It wasn't very customizable. It was very static, if you will. But it was doable for the time because, you know, I got sick of wearing talking watches and messing with the time. So I had the right time and things of that nature.
The
and I could
time
finally
is
know
12:05 p.m.
exactly.
Stole
and
my
then
idea.
My no, see, and the whole thing about iOS, because one time we were on FaceTime audio, Mo and I, and it was maybe 2 hours, and my battery was at 40%, and I think it was at 90-something percent, 80% when we started. I'm like, dude, how did this happen? This was my 6S, by the way. And I'm like, how did that happen? That was only FaceTime audio. It wasn't video, for goodness sake. And then I got my 8 Plus the next day. Like, I wasn't playing. But it's funny because I almost got an S8 that day. And man, I wish I would have gotten the S8 back then, but it's fine. Because I thought, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get an S8. And I was like, no. I got the well, not stupid, but I got the 8 Plus because I was like, oh, I already know it. But
And that's one thing, bro. I think in order for you not to only have some sort of an evolution or metamorphosis of sort technologically, just life in general, you gotta sometimes move and do things that aren't necessarily commonplace.
Exactly.
Don't be so don't get so comfortable.
Yes. And I know that very well in life in general. Oh, never mind. I was like, oh wait, this isn't that show.
Uh-oh.
What? What was
Robot.
that? What?
Ro-
Flip? I almost swore live on the air. What was that?
Robot.
Oh, yeah, I wonder how that happens, by the way. Sometimes Team Talk on the Galaxy just totally loses its stuff. Like, completely goes, whoop, and you guys heard a live recording of that, and it just goes absolutely out of its mind. It's like, and if you're not monitoring, you can't hear it, so everybody's like, huh? you know, so I don't know why or how it does that, but it just goes whoop, and I'm like,
Mr.
oh,
Roboto?
and I hate it.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, that seems to be good.
We're
now.
back now.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
back.
that was weird. I was like, what the? So that's what I got for you. I think we've been on for about an hour, maybe a touch more.
I think, you
I
know,
will check.
really, really quickly before
I'll
we
check right
leave,
here.
I think
I got it.
it's really important that people have an open mind with accessibility,
Yes.
especially
Yes.
accessibility. You know,
Yeah.
don't close yourself off because something works for you
Exactly.
right now. You know, the next day you
Right.
may wake up and you may go, you know what,
There's
this
always
used
room
to
to
work,
change. Yeah,
but now it doesn't anymore. You know,
yeah,
so
Like-
keep an open mind.
yeah. Like, man, when iOS
Or try
like,
to,
first
anyway.
started, oh my god, it was bad. Like, even simple things, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes an app would close that you didn't mean to close. Because
Right.
of some stupid bug. I was like, wait a minute. How did that happen?
Right. Yeah.
I didn't want to
yeah.
close that app. I was like, what is this darn thing doing?
It's like me. Video games.
man.
You know, I
Yeah.
listen, at the end of the day, I am a console gamer at heart. It's what I started out with,
I am too in my
and
mind.
it's what I stick with. However,
Yeah.
I used to give audio games zero chance.
I was just gonna say that.
Zero. I zero.
Uh-huh. Yeah, exactly.
Now, having understood the evolution of them, the fact that a lot of these audio games play pretty much like a console-based type of video game,
Yeah.
hey, they're good. They're good.
Oh, yeah,
And
it's
I'll
awesome.
play them. You
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I mean, just now I'm playing a Japanese title called, let me do this. Bakura no Degouken.
Uh-huh.
Yep,
Oh, man.
there we go.
That's crazy.
That's what you. That's what happens when you watch New Japan for so long.
I was expecting you to say it in the ring announcers
Yep.
cadence.
Good old New Japan, man. Love New Japan, man.
Anyway, should we wrap things up? Because I got
Yes, I do believe so. I got nothing, man. I'm good.
All right, guys. Anyway, I want to thank all you listeners for tuning in. Thank you for always supporting. Thank you for listening to and watching our live streams, for also tuning into our archives, which obviously this will be uploaded no sooner we get done with this stream. Remember, guys, to
Yeah,
always
check it
like,
out.
support us, hit that bell, follow us, share us on social media, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and represent, man. It's always good to bring you guys this content. It's always good to work for you guys, with you guys, and absolutely a pleasure to come and provide you with entertainment, with informatives, all things, all around. We are ENT Hooligans. This is the entertainment hub for you, for me, and for all. For ENT Hooligans, he's Austin, she's Star Fox, I'm BabyMoy, and somewhere out there, there's Ness.
Yep.
I say to you, God bless, stay productive, and
Yep.
see ya!
See ya.
Hit that music, man.
Okay, I got you. We're all good.
Ooh, let's keep it on here for a while. This is good.
That's right. Whoops, wrong button. Uh-oh. This is pretty dope.